After the Lakers went through their cold streak at the end of November into the beginning of December, they really needed to inject someone like Max Christie into the lineup because he's simply going to try 110% on both ends of the floor, especially defensively. And when the Lakers have been losing this season, it's been because of their horrid defense. I decided to filter their most played lineups, and 2 of the 3 lineups that have been producing defensively includes Max Christie. And their second most played lineup is just simply replacing D'Lo and having Christie with the starters. The defensive rating goes from 104 to 92.8. He's arguably the most impactful perimeter defender that the Lakers have on the roster. The first 2 months of the season, he only averaged 18.2 and 16.6 minutes per game. Now in the month of December, he is playing starter minutes, 9.9 points, 3.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.1 steals per game in 28.5 minutes per game while shooting 38.5% from the three-point line. A huge improvement compared to the start of the season, 25% in October and 31% from 3 in November. And this is the type of stuff you're going to see from him defensively. He gets screened out of the play here from Sabonis, so he has to switch. Anthony Davis switches. And look at him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that Sabonis is a 7-foot center. He is competing. He is tough. He's not going to allow Sabonis to bully him. And then the icing on the cake, he walls off Keegan Murray later in the possession, and then Anthony Davis is there. So Keegan Murray has to throw up a terrible floater contested, and he absolutely bricks it. I mean, that is just unbelievable stuff. And then later in the game, look at him fight over this screen, refusing to get screened, quick to the basketball, and then he's just locked on to Malik Monk. Take away that mid-range, force him into Anthony Davis. That's all you got to do, and Anthony Davis will clean it up. Come on now. And how about his defense on Ja Morant? In these 2 situations that I'm about to show you, how many times have we seen Ja just blow by the initial defender? I mean, he's looking one way, but he's going the other way versus speed. That's a blow by like 75% of the time for Ja Morant. Maybe even more high percentage. He's that quick with the basketball. But Max Christie stays in front, and I think Ja was even surprised, and he lost the handle of the rock. And then, I mean, do you see that driving lane to the left? There's so much space and opportunity. Ja sees it right away, and he's like, I'm going. And Christie stays in front, forces him to change directions. But not only that, gets a contest at the rim, doesn't foul, and forces a miss. I mean, he has been guarding elite players. We just saw Ja. He's gotten the Trae Young matchup. Yesterday, he got the Steph Curry matchup on Christmas. He is not afraid of anyone defensively, and he's developing confidence on that end of the floor. And because he has a longer leash, he seems like he's developing more confidence on the offensive end of the floor. So the more he plays, the more experience he gets, it's more likely you're going to see plays like this. Like, this was my favorite play of the night yesterday for Max Christie when he scored 16 points. Great closeout from Dennis here to take him off the three-point line. Many times in this situation, Christie would be done for, but he dribbles and says, I'm bigger and stronger than you, and gets to the rim. And the reason that is important is because many defenders who are capable of staying in front of Ja Morant, like I showed you a couple seconds ago, frankly don't have much offensive potential. Usually they can only hit spot-up three-pointers. But the thing with Max Christie, his potential is he can hit three-pointers, but every now and again, he can create a shot for himself, whether it's in the mid-range or at the basket. He's also doing an outstanding job as a cutter this year for the Lakers. You need as many players next to your star players like Max Christie at his best. Obviously, we need to see more consistency from him. That is the big question mark looming around his name right now. Can he keep this up? But man, oh man, given his age, it's looking like they got a legit player that can contribute in the playoffs. I've been very impressed with him recently, especially since he struggled in the beginning of the year. A lot of young players would have just lost confidence and been lost for the whole entire season. Let me know your thoughts below, though.